Hello there, I'm Mikko from the Body of Christ, and today we're doing something a little bit different. And I want to present you with a puzzle, and the name of the puzzle is the mysterious moon, or the mysterious full moon. And before we begin, I would like to ask you, have you ever seen a full moon? Like the round full moon like this. The dark night it shines. So very bright it shines. And well, most of us have seen a full moon at some point or another. But let's focus on the geometry of that for a while. So when you see a half moon like this, and this side is dark and this side is light, where is the light coming from? Assuming that it's a perfect sphere. Well, the light is coming from here, of course. And if you see a half moon like this one, then the light is coming from here. And if you're seeing a half moon like, let's draw it like a very small moon. So where's the light coming now? It's coming from there somewhere, a little bit from the back. And here, let's draw almost a full moon, actually kind of hard, yeah, like this. And now here, of course, the light would be coming from here, right? Makes sense, doesn't it? How about a full moon? Where does the light come from? Of course, it comes from here. It comes directly from where you're looking from here. So here's a question for you. How come can you see a full moon? Because shouldn't be there something on the way, like, you know, shouldn't you at least see your own little shadow here? You know? Why is this not covered up? And let's look at it sideways. So here's the moon, and this is of course a very simplistic thing, as puzzles always are. Here's the earth here, and then here somewhere is the sun as they draw it in the geometry classes. And of course they teach us that the rays of sunlight come in parallel because it's so far away and it's so big. So there should be something of a shadow like this one, right? Makes sense. If they come in parallel, that is. And now I'm over here, and I'm watching the moon. And I'm seeing a full moon. At least that's how it looks like to me sometimes. But of course, this little thing here should be casting a shadow on the moon. So you tell me, what's the explanation to this? And by the way, don't spoil yourself before looking it up. So don't look it up before you come up with the original answer yourself, because that makes the puzzle no fun. So try to come up with an original answer. Don't go to the Google or giggle immediately. So I find that very interesting. And of course, earlier when I was making this puzzle, asking this puzzle, I was here in Finland, somewhere here in the north. Then you may, I guess, see like, well, I mean, you know, maybe the moon's over here, you know? So it's, but is it full then? You know, should there be a tiny dark spot over here? Unfortunately, I cannot show you the moon at the moment, or, you know, live right now, because it's very cloudy and it's not late enough. But right now, being here at the equator, there's not much space for the moon to hide, you know? It will have to travel a lot before it can escape the shadow. But of course, this is not a realistic drawing, because as we all know, we have to take into account the axis rotation, whatever. So let's rotate the Earth 66.6 degrees here. And which time of the year is it now? It's January, so it's winter time, so it's okay. Yes, it's this way, I guess, something like this. Yeah, so I guess the moon could still hide here somewhere, maybe. What do you think? My guess for an explanation, because we all get a guess in this puzzle, is that there's a magical gravity that pulls the light over here. Like, you know, the gravity that makes you see over the horizon. So the same way as you see over the horizon, you can see the light can escape, like it can like surf over the Earth and then reach the moon without the shadow. So the shadow only is here. So the shadow is bound by the Earth's gravity. That's just a guess, you know. don't think I'm giving like scientific advice here. This is just a little bit of a joke. Anyway, but the puzzle is still interesting, don't you think? So the question remains: have you ever seen a full moon? And if so, how come? How have you seen it? How does it happen? And of course, some people might say that, well, the light doesn't come in parallel, so it comes like, you know, this. So the shadow is very small. And then, because the moon is over here, it can escape the shadow. Maybe we need a very, very interesting parallel race there, but I think our brother, what's it called? Astosthenes. What was the name? What was the name of the guy, the mathematician who put sticks here and calculated the shadows, that they were different? But that only works with parallel rays, I think, because here both of these sticks would have the same shadow and he wouldn't get his legendary results. Anyway, but that's of course one way to think about it, right? What do you think? Please share in the comments your thoughts. But maybe if we look and spoil ourselves now. But before we do that, isn't it interesting how bright the moon is, you know? This is of course another puzzle, but if you take a rock in the day, like I go to the park sometimes, I pick up rocks with my little kid and place them somewhere. If I pick a rock and place it like this, place it on the bright sunlight, like the morning sunlight, and if I look at it, how bright is it? It's certainly not as bright as the moon, right? It's not like it's white, it's just, you know, a little less gray. That's interesting as well. But let's go ahead and see what does the brother Giggle tell us. What's the real answer? Because we know that we can trust Giggle. Wikipedia is of course the #1 authority in these matters, you know. Well, that's not very lengthy of an article here. It speaks about lunar eclipses and how it's red, but am I so bad at finding, or is it just because I'm using DuckDuckGo? Astronomy.com sounds very reliable. So, but it's like these are describing these special occurrences when you can see the black moon. But it's like, how about telling me how I can see a full moon? Let's see. Okay, some wolf stuff. Okay. Well, that wasn't very helpful, but maybe you can find some answers. Of course, you cannot post any links, so that's a challenge. But I'd be interested to hear what you think. And before we sign off, here's a video clip for you. Yesterday I went outside to actually capture the full moon. So for every one of you who thought you can't see one, because I know that happens. It's funny how you make this kind of questions make you think you cannot, think you cannot see, or like they make you question what you have seen in the past so many times. But anyway, here's a video of a full moon for you. Hopefully I'll get it edited in. Alright, that's the full moon, I think. Right now in the middle of the clouds. I hope you can see it though. Is it there? Well, it's pretty much a big ball of light. This camera, this is not very good camera, but just want to show you that a full moon, right? You can see it, it's full, isn't it? At least, very much so. And if we watch here, I'm just looking, this is horizontally, now I'm scanning up. It's not quite at my, what's called zenith. Zenith would be here, but it's just a couple of degrees below that. So very high in the sky. Just want to show you this, a real full moon. And I'm at the equator now, and time is about 11 o'clock in the night, almost midnight. So that's pretty interesting, isn't it? You can see a full moon at the equator near midnight, when the sun is supposed to be at the other side, So something to think about, right? That was interesting, right? If you have any ideas of puzzles like this, or I would really interested to hear your thoughts. So share your thoughts in the comments, and see you next time.